Heavy rains and floods continue in the southern part of Brazil, this time in the state of Rio de Janeiro, where at least one death was reported. Heavy rain that hit the municipality of Volta Redonda on the night of February 8. As a result of the flash flood, the streets turned into rivers. The infrastructure was seriously damaged. The flood level in some places reached 50 centimeters. The stormy flood swept away cars, flooded dozens of roads and houses of local residents. The western part of the city suffered the most. Note that the rains in Rio de Janeiro began 4 days ago. Over the past 2 days, 180 millimeters of rain has been recorded in some areas. By the way, the rainy season in Brazil began in January. Heavy rainfall led to floods and landslides in the country. Losses in the country as a result of bad weather amounted to about $45 million. This Monday, February 7, in the middle of winter, a forest fire broke out in the Sierra de Gata area of the city of Cáceres. According to local residents, the flames were noticed around 1600. Close to the city, local authorities have already declared an orange weather alert. The burning of the fire is complicated by difficult weather conditions. The wind that is recorded in this area reaches 22 meters per second. A huge column of smoke generated by the flames could be seen from different parts of the city. Due to the rapidly developing fire, the authorities plan to evacuate residents of 3 districts of the city, as well as block several roads. Early in the morning, a tornado hit several areas of the Croatian Benkovac. The wind, which carried away everything in its path, caused great material damage, while, as noted by local media, no one was injured as a result of the violence of the elements. As noted by local residents, the event lasted no more than 5 minutes, but during this time 36 houses were partially damaged. The last time a tornado was observed in this city was 70 years ago. The authorities have already begun to assess the damage after the violence of the elements, as well as to restore the infrastructure. Local residents, who managed to fix the tornado on their mobile phones, shared photos and videos on the internet. Olive groves were also badly affected as well. Remnants of bad weather can be seen everywhere. Broken car windows, bent road signs. Anything that was not well fixed either broke or flew off. An avalanche occurred in the Dangam region of Afghanistan. According to representatives of the authorities of the province of Kunar, located in the east of the country, the incident occurred on Monday, February 7, in a mountainous area. Due to the avalanche, 20 people were reported missing. Later, during the rescue operation, the bodies of 15 people were found. The search for the rest, as well as possible survivors, continues. The avalanche occurred as Afghans tried to cross the border into Pakistan through mountainous terrain, according to local agencies. Heavy snowfall hit the highlands of Bhutan, resulting in extremely cold conditions. The Punakha area experienced the first snowfall in decades. In connection with the first snowfall in a decade in Trongs, the authorities declared February 8 a public holiday. All offices and financial institutions were closed. Trashiangtsi also received its first snowfall in a decade. The Punakha area, located at an altitude of about 1,242 meters above sea level, is experiencing snowfall for the first time in nearly 6 decades. Local residents note that the last snowfall was observed here about 64 years ago. Many Bhutanese were very surprised when they woke up and saw that most of the city was covered with a thick blanket of snow. More than 2,700 people were evacuated in Indonesia due to the eruption of the Levotolo volcano, according to local media, citing the Regional Disaster Management Authority. The Levotolo volcano, located on the Indonesian island of Lombok, threw ash to a height of 4,000 meters. According to experts, the eruption lasted about 600 seconds. The Indonesian Center for Volcanology and Geological Risk Reduction advised locals and tourists to refrain from any activity within a 2-kilometer radius of the volcano. According to the publication, in total, 2,782 people living at the foot of the mountain were evacuated due to the volcanic eruption. The height of Mount Levitolo is 1,018 meters. In total, there are 3 volcanoes on Lomblan Island: Ilalabalikan, Ilivarung and Levitolo. Storm wind hit some cities in Italy. In much of Lombardy and in the city of Milan, strong winds have created serious consequences. Wind gusts of which amounted to 25 meters per second, tore off the roofs of many buildings, knocked down many trees, damaged power lines. Part of the fallen and torn structures damaged parked cars. As a result, 4 people were seriously injured. 3 of them ended up under fallen trees. Strong winds also tore off part of the roof covering from the roof of the Central Railway Station in Milan. City parks were closed. Visits to forest areas were prohibited. In the central and southern regions of Italy, snow fell on small hills. There were problems with transport communication. Roads in some regions are flooded or littered with fallen trees. A powerful coronal ejection occurred today in the Sun. Moreover, as the images show, an amazing coronal loop with a 3-part structure is possible. The flare lasted more than 4 hours. A G1 class magnetic storm is predicted on the ground, the peak of which will fall on February 10 and 11. January 2022 has become one of the most geomagnetically eventful months in the past few years. At this time, there is increased activity on the Sun. Category G1 storms are also expected on February 12 and 15. In addition, the magnetosphere will be excited until February 17. Record snowfalls continue to cover Japan. In some areas, trains had to be stopped due to snowfalls. Snow piled up to the very roofs of houses. Reportedly, records were broken in the city of Maibara, where 62 centimeters of rain fell in a day, and in the city of Sapporo, where it fell from 60 centimeters of snow. The total snow height in Sapporo reached 133 centimeters. This has not happened since February 1939, when 169 centimeters of snow was recorded. According to the publication, due to snowfalls, all trains to and from the station in Sapporo were suspended. In total, as noted, the total accumulation of snow reached 354 centimeters in the city of Sunan and 271 centimeters in one of the villages in Nagano. Both indicators are the highest for municipalities over the past few years. Environmental activists are sounding the alarm. Turtles are dying off the east coast of the United Arab Emirates. For 6 months, dozens of bodies of reptiles have been found in the Persian Gulf in Sharjah, local media report. More than half of them died from plastic and other debris that got into the body. Reptiles mistake packages and ropes drifting in the water for jellyfish and eat them. Waste threatens not only turtles, but also other marine life and birds. In addition to plastic, rising sea temperatures, coral reef bleaching and overfishing are also a threat. Thank you for watching the video. Thanks for supporting the channel. Good wind and weather.